Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Manful Podcast. And today we have gone on Stephen Wright. Now, this story is deep from Stephen. It goes into one of his childhood and traumatic experiences that he's had with two suicides in the family. One being an uncle and one being his own mother. Steve said that he hasn't really been able to deal with it for years and years and years. Drinking and alcohol, taking drugs. It was all a coping mechanism for him. And he just really, really struggled for years. And now he's saying that he is now starting to come out on the better side of life. But we find out about Steve going into recovery, how he ended up going into there, and just his life. And it's good to see that the light that he's in now at the minute, what he's doing with himself. And it's really, really positive that Steve's able to come out on this side. So please sit back and enjoy this episode. And if you know that there's anyone else out there that's struggling with drink, with alcohol, or anything to do with suicides, please reach out and please find them the help that they need. That's right. Ready?
Yeah.
Steve, how are you?
Hello. Yeah, I'm alright, mate, yeah.
Not too bad,
Yeah.
lads. I want to say thanks for coming up this week, even though last week we couldn't do it because we had no one at all to be able to help us out.
Yeah, no problem.
But nice one for being flexible and coming on this week.
Thanks for fitting me in.
So, if anyone doesn't know who you are, who are you? Why you're here? And what you want to talk about?
My name's Steve, and just here to talk about how suicides affects family, really. I've had two suicides in my family, one being my mum. Yeah. And just how I've coped over the years and all that, or haven't coped.
How have you coped?
I don't know, to be honest.
Have you just been getting by in a sense?
Yeah, over the years, feel like I've just existed, really, until I'd probably say the last 2 years, probably felt as happy as what I was probably when my mum was here, really.
Really? So how long ago was it?
Well, it'll be coming up to 18 years next week.
Next week?
Yeah. But before that, my mum's brother, he took his own life in 97. And I still remember that now, clear as day, because I know how that affected my mum. I was only about 16, remember it now. It was in my uncle's, we were watching Liverpool Newcastle. Probably remember the famous game, 4-3.
Oh, the one at Anfield?
It was the second one, though. It was the year before it happened, didn't it? 96. Yeah, and just got this phone call, to say my uncle had took his own life, and horrible. But seeing my mum the way she was over that was just distraught. Yeah.
How was you, John, and all that? Obviously, being such a young age, it hits you, doesn't it, emotionally, but I don't think at that age you really completely understand.
No, well, I wasn't a kid, if you know what I mean. It was kids, when you're a kid, you're like 5, 6, whatever. Yeah. I was 15. But you adapt, don't you? Yeah, kids adapt, don't they? And obviously, I remember my mum being broke, do you know what I mean? I remember the funeral and all that, but obviously it's not going to affect me as much as what it would have affected my mum or my mum's family and brothers and sisters and that. But it was still hard. Yeah. You know what I mean?
What was life like for you then after that, at that age?
To be fair, you know, my mum basically brought us up on her own. Like, you know, my mum and dad split up when we were young, and, you know, she's done a great job. Like, held down a couple of jobs and all that. Sometimes, like, but we were always dressed in the latest clothes, and, you know, we were happy. We had a happy childhood. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was life like for your mum then? Because obviously bringing you up as a single mum, obviously that's hard enough as it is anyway. And then what you said that she went through with your uncle, like that broke her. And obviously, you probably don't know to this day, like the battles that she gone through in her own head, more than likely.
Yeah, in a way, I do, because, like, in the family, like, depression's high in our family, like, especially in the men and that. Like, I suffered with depression over the years myself, but my mum, like, what I knew, do gather, like, she was on, like, depression tablets and all that. But it's a road I could have probably gone down myself, but I don't believe in medication. I'd rather, like, try and fix that myself, which I'm doing now lately, like going to the gym and all that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So what is it then that you don't believe about the medication part? Because there's some people out there that do take it and they might think that's the only way. Why do you think different?
I don't know, I just think because it's something that you just become reliant on, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's other ways and means that you can probably do for your mental health. Right, it's just a quick fix by just taking a tablet.
Yeah. What things in your eyes are like the natural antidepressants in the world instead of just taking a man-made thing?
Well, I know for me, the gym's been a massive part
Yeah.
of me and my recovery, which I'll talk about a bit later on. Exercise and, yeah, and even, like, talking as well. Like, you know, I've held a lot of things in over the years, but I know that, like, the last couple of years, by me coming out talking about things, and I feel like a whole lot better.
Yeah.
But there's some people who won't talk, and it's dangerous, really. Yeah.
Yeah, because I always loved that the Coke bottle analogy. Is either one of you ever heard of it? Think of a normal Coke bottle, and you shake and shake and shake it. Obviously, the pressure of it's going to want to blow open, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then it causes like this reaction, and then all of a sudden there's this big mess.
Yeah.
You just refer that to being a human. If you just keep everything aside and it's going to keep blowing up, then one day it is just going to blow out.
Eventually,
and
yeah.
then all of a sudden it's just shit street.
Yeah.
But if you just open it up,
That's it.
it just goes, and that's the same with us.
100%,
yeah. Obviously, because we've just spoke about your mum, we just stay around the topic just for the short time with that. After your mum did take her life and she died by suicide, what was that like for you? Because like a lot of people can't even imagine the pain that you went through.
It's horrible, mate, honestly. At the time, I was actually on holiday. I was in Greece with my partner, and I just got a phone call, like, just to say, it's your mum. I was like, what? What do you mean? It's your mum. It was my mum's partner at the time. I won't go into things with him, I didn't really get on with him, but he said, it's your mum. What do you mean, my mum? He went, your mum. I was told the way I didn't want to be told, really. It wasn't a nice way. He just went, she's dead, just like that. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? I just screamed the place down, and obviously I had to get the next available flight, which I just don't even think it was for a couple of days. Broke, like, just crying my eyes out. Lucky I met two lads while I was there, Kev and Josh, lovely lads from London. Stayed with us the whole time, like. But when I got home, just broke down, and just thought I just didn't know how I was gonna get on with it. I was only 23. I don't know how I'm gonna get on with the rest. The rest of my life here, like. And we had my little brother as well. He was only 7. Since found out he actually found her, like, as well. So there we are, like, me, my sister, my brother left us to, like. I mean, we had our dad, but obviously wasn't in touch with him at that time, do you know what I mean? But so it was just us face the rest of our lives.
You still living at home then?
Still living at home, yeah. My mum's partner was there, like, which is my brother's dad, but as I said before, I didn't really get on with him, do you know what I mean? So there was conflict there as well. But it's horrible. So that's basically brought me brother up since then. He still lives at home now, but with my sister. And he's 24 now. Works in a school as, like, a sports, like, TA teacher, like. And I'd say between me and my sister, we've done a pretty good job by bringing him up, but it hasn't been easy. Like,
No. And it was never going to be easy, was it? You were 23. Like, you were a young adult, but in a sense, you were still a kid in the world, wasn't you? It was the world that you went into.
that's right.
How did like, said your brother and that take it? Like, how was they? So it was obviously the person that you had to become at that time. Like, you probably had no choice, did you? You had to step up.
That's it.
How did you find it, having to step up, and how did your brother take it?
Well, obviously he's only 7, do you know what I mean? And still a baby, really. And there's times, like, he'd be crying, I'd have him in my arms and he'd be crying, and without him saying the words, I just knew he's missed his mum. And as I say, it was hard. It really was.
And why do you think it took you so long to deal with everything? Because you said it was only the past 2 years where you've really felt happy again.
Yeah. I just, over the years, you know, as you do, you're going out with your mates and your friends, and then you're drinking and taking drugs and stuff. But then over the years, I think I've masked my pain by, like, my use of drinking drugs just, like, probably turned to abuse in the end. But it's only took me till now to realise that was my, like, coping mechanism. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's our default, isn't it?
Yeah.
You default to the easiest thing, which first and the easiest thing is alcohol, in it, because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Because
that is your mass. That's your medicine. That's what it's me.
You probably meet a lot of people like that, don't you? With the type of work that you're in, the amount of what tenants, type of tenants that you come across with. They will be the people that you see that in the most, probably, won't you? Because the lifestyle that they live.
Yeah. It's amazing how many people out there behind closed doors. And in your job, you're just putting letters through type of thing and knocking on doors, who live like that 24 hours. And it could be, like you said, it happened many years ago, but it took you 2 years. Some people never get over it.
No.
They will just become dependent on whether it be drugs or alcohol and ciggies, and they just maintain that forever.
Why is it the fault then? Like, why are we so driven? Is it the country that we live in? Is it the type of thing that it is? Is it just the way that we are as humans?
It's a mad thing, innit? Because it's in your face everywhere now, isn't it, really? Like, the drink kind of seems like, you know, everyone's, like, doing it. But, I don't know, towards the end of me, like, stopping drinking, it was just, like, happy for me, really. It's something that, I don't know, every time I drank, like, without sounding bad, like, because I'd already been through it myself, like, there was times I thought about taking my own life as well, because just how it made me feel, and everything came to the surface. When I drink, you know, I'd start getting upset, start talking about me mum and all that, and I just found myself in this hole I didn't know what to get out of.
What stopped you from doing it, though?
I just kept thinking, like, you know, I couldn't do that to my family, like, we've already been through enough pain over the years, you know. 2 suicides in one family, how could I do that?
Yeah.
But it's just the way it gets you, like, sometimes.
Because a question I seem to ask people, obviously through the podcast, and then through people I've spoken to just like in day to day and they've been going through it, is, did you want to die, or do you just want everything to stop? And I feel like sometimes people can't seem to tell the difference between the two, and they always seem to go for the more extreme because they know that will stop. And you need to realise that obviously one of them is a final action, and there's no restart, there's no go again.
This is it. I think the latter of what you said, it was more, I didn't want to die. I just wanted it all to go away.
Yeah.
It's about the pain, isn't it?
Pain.
The pain. I use the expression, like, sometimes you want the earth to stop so you can get off. Just have a break from everything.
Yeah, too right.
But like you said about the drinking's great when you got it in your hand, but next day it's a depression, isn't it? It just drains you.
That's
out
what
of
they
your
say,
life.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, because it is all just affecting the brain, whether that's a drink or that's a drug. It all goes to the brain and it gives you that buzz, whatever it is that you want to call it, and it makes you feel as though high on life at that moment in time. But obviously the next day you've got to come back down to reality.
Yeah.
And then there's that, oh, I need to get back up there.
Yeah.
And back up there and back up there.
I think I think with the likes of me, it was just like adding fuel to a fire, really.
Yeah. That's
really
all
was,
it is.
It was depression, and then all things coming to me as well. Obviously, what I've been through in my past, and then you add drink onto that, then drugs. If you're taking drugs, like adding fuel to a fire, like I said.
Yeah. It's I just
not
find
a good combo, like.
No, I just find it so mad. Like we know about Liverpool and like the nightlife and all that, and it can really reel you in.
Yeah.
Big time, but it's so common now, isn't it?
No.
Like the addiction to going on for a bevy, or the addiction to getting stuff while you're on a bevy, or just getting on it while you don't even have one.
Yeah.
Like I was speaking to a lad the other day. No, not the other day. This was last Saturday. He was on one of the networkings, and he was saying that from 16 to 22, he would drink all the time, and he would always get on it as well. But then he said he would work from like Monday to Friday, and that Friday afternoon, he's already bought everything before he's even gone out for a drink. And there'd be times where him and his mate could just be walking the street and just taking drugs.
Yeah.
Just because it was the norm for them.
It is.
And it's just mental, isn't it? Like,
mad, as you were saying before, Liverpool, it's just got a thriving nightlife on it, and you can fall into that trap of like, you know, going out having a good time with your mates and all that, but then eventually all that stops, and then you end up just being in the house, really. You become from sociable to unsociable.
Yeah.
And then it just ends up being you with the drink and your cocaine or whatever you're taking, and it's just lonely, innit? You're just lonely in the end.
It's a lonely life.
I think a lot of people, as you said there, the lads, you function Monday to Friday as normal, but then binged on the weekend. But a lot of people don't realise they're an addict. You think an addict's every single day.
Yeah.
But like you say, your weekend is just, for a lot of people, binging.
Yeah.
Then get up and continue as normal on Monday. To look for the Friday to binge again. Yeah. Like I said, people don't realise just how you become so addicted to alcohol and drugs.
Yeah.
Which I don't get, because after it tastes like shit anyway. How many times have you had a bevy and thought, oh, it's horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah. Like no one likes like having like a pint. We all drink it, but like no one likes actually the taste of a pint.
It's the social aspect, isn't it?
Yeah.
You go back to Liverpool many years ago, and every street corner was a pub, wasn't it?
Yeah.
People give directions by pubs. Nowadays you don't see them because they've died out, but everywhere was a pub. You went down one road, you put 10 pubs. Like Sir Scotty was famous for at West Derby Road. It was a working class thing. Men went to the pub after work.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's because then, I don't know if this might get a bit too deep, but because we're such a working class city that the drinking culture in Liverpool is higher than other places?
You'll find it in other cities as well, other working class cities like Manchester, like Birmingham, Glasgow, obviously Glasgow, Edinburgh. You'll find it in the inner cities.
Yeah.
Because we're dock based, aren't we?
Yeah.
Which is a hard working tradition. And down the dock road was 1,001 pubs.
Yeah.
Us Scousers, like, we are always thought of like the life and soul of a party, aren't we? We like just like to have a good time, don't we? And you know, there's nothing wrong with that. There's literally nothing wrong with that. But it's, you know, you can fall into that trap where it becomes like too bad, can't you?
But when you was going through it all, did you at any point notice yourself like being in a trap, or was it so normal to you that you didn't even think about it?
Obviously, me getting into my late 20s, early 30s, it was still like the going out scene, like, you know, with my mates and all that, and I just thought it was normal then. But then obviously, as I've got older and say like I developed depression over the years and all that, like past trauma, probably got worse. And then COVID was a big one. Like, it's been a big one for a lot of people. I was still worked right the way through COVID, but then was coming home, like, and just don't even remember the weather was lovely, wasn't it? Just going in the garden and just drinking.
Mm.
And it's just horrible times, like, it was weird times, wasn't it?
So do you reckon then that's where your loneliness, drinking, combined then together? Good weather, didn't have to go anywhere because you physically couldn't because of COVID. What can I do? Oh, I can have a bevy, I can sit off in the sun, I can just relax.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that was a down spiral?
I'd say so, but in a way, when I'm thinking about it now, it's probably, like, I had a breakdown. I'll admit I had a breakdown, and I was off work for about 5 weeks, something like that, and I've never been off that long, apart from, like, when I lost my mum. So, for me, I feel like it was a bit of a wake-up call as well, because it was not long after that. I think it was around the Christmas time, 2021. It was my cousin, Tony, who formed a boss relationship with him now. We lost touch really over the years, but I believe now that he was sent to help me. My mum's definitely sent him to help me. It was him who said, he seen I was on the floor, and he said, Steve, you need to get some help. He needs help. Like, I can't see you like that. You'll end up doing something stupid. So it was in January 22. I went into recovery. Spent 5 months in recovery, and then I've just gone alone since then.
Yeah. What did you do in the recovery then?
Just basically they taught you how to, like, deal with any issues that you had, like drinking, and drugs, like.
What type of techniques did you use? Because obviously the techniques that you've learned, you could probably help someone get to them stages before they maybe have a breakdown themselves, won't they? You could be someone's Tony in a sense.
Yeah, well, it's mad. Like, once you help yourself, you have this, like, sort of, like, empathy, compassion. You just want to help people because you don't want them to feel the way, like, I've felt, for many years. So there has been people who've, like, reached out to me, loads of times.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to do, is feel like I want to help people, because you don't want them to feel the way you felt.
Yeah. So, for instance, if you came across someone that you knew or whatever, and they were going through similar things that, like, what you went through, how would you be able to help them then? Because obviously from the experience, and obviously when we were talking before about the training that you've done building your own portfolio, how would you be able to help them?
Well, if there is anyone, like, with, like, drinking drug problems, firstly, like, they've got to want to help themselves.
Yeah.
You've got to want to help yourself. So I would advise them to go into recovery, because if I hadn't done that, like, it might have been about 6 months before I actually joined, or a year or so. I tried to just stop drinking myself, and I'd get so far, and I'd just, like, go back to drinking again, because I didn't have that, like, technique or the awareness.
Steve, did you find that when you stopped drinking, that you seen drink everywhere? I've gone through stages where I've gone, like, I don't want to drink. I don't drink on a weekend. I don't want to drink. But every television program you watch, someone had a glass of wine in their hands. And like, you walk into Aston now, we were saying yesterday, just ale everywhere. Yeah. And it's amazing how much it's in your face.
It is.
When you're trying to avoid it, isn't it? When you're drinking it, it's great because it's in your face, but you don't realise just how much it's there and how much it's pushed at you. It's amazing how much it is.
Well, do you reckon that's then because there's more focus on the actual thing itself? So if someone went, oh, spot an orange car, you would spot an orange car at one point, wouldn't you?
Because you're trying to avoid that thing.
Yeah.
And because you're trying to avoid it, you're just more focused on it. And obviously you're going through a withdrawal, aren't you? So that's making it worse. But as you were saying before about helping people, someone's going to take more notice of you because you've been down that path, haven't you? You say, I went into rehab and it helped me. People go, well, it's helped them. If someone just professional went, we think you should go into rehab, but they don't know what it's like through them doors, really, as a patient. I said, people will listen far more to you than what they should be listening to, basically a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is, innit? Like, it's, as I said to you before, like, if you're going to employ someone, like, I think you're more than likely going to get more out of someone who's had them life experiences, aren't you?
Yeah.
Than actually someone who doesn't, like, really care, if you know what I mean. They're just seeing it as, like, a job
Yeah, it's just
to them.
because the other day, I won't say who it was, I'll say it off camera, I won't say who it was, but someone I know went for a job a couple of weeks back and they ticked every single box that they were asking for. But the only reason why they didn't get it was because they didn't have the qualifications.
Yeah.
And it's that old thing, isn't it? What's more important, qualifications or work? It's like the actual experience of doing the job.
I know.
And I just found it pissed me off that. It did. It pissed me off that when I found out about it. But so how long has it been then? So it's been 2 years since you've been feeling yourself.
Yeah. So I'm 2 years, 2 years, 6 months now.
Yeah.
Since I've last switched to drink.
2 years and 6 months.
Yeah.
How's from going? Let's say I stopped last April, and has there been times where you've been around people, or been by yourself and you thought, I could do with a bevy right now, or do I just have one? Things like that.
I don't. Obviously, I'm not gonna sit here and like lie and say, "Oh, it's been easy." No, at the start it was hard, as you say. It's all around in your face and all that. But I think with the likes of me, because of being down for that many years, I just don't want to give up what I've got now. Do you know what I mean? I've got like the peace in my mind that I've been searching for so long. Just like I'm not battling with myself, me thoughts. I'm just enjoying my life the way it is now. I just don't want to ever go back to that.
No.
It's very difficult, isn't it, that you go out in a social circle and if you go, I'll have a Coke, you're antisocial, aren't you? There's that thing about you got to drink. You've got to drink.
You do,
Why aren't
you
you
get-
drinking? Just have one.
You get so many people there.
Yeah.
Want a bevy? No. Why?
Yeah.
Because I don't. Oh, go on, have one.
Yeah.
Go away. Oh, go on, just have one. Come on. And that's what it is. It's that peer pressure, isn't it?
There should be more. You know, you're always going to get that, aren't you? You're always going to get people, but there should be more people who, like, just accept you for what you want to do. Do you know what I mean? If you don't want to drink, you don't have to drink, and you go, okay, fine. Like, you know. But as you say, there's more, like, pressure, isn't there? And people see you as the not normal one or something because you're not drinking or something.
But it is though, isn't it? Like, you are actually seeing it's not normal because, like, when I stopped drinking, obviously my social life kind of just went, like, just downhill because a lot of my time was seeing my mates and we were going out or something like that.
Yeah.
But obviously since I stopped, I don't see them as much. Still do anything for them, still speak to them every day. But it is that thing, isn't it? If you're not drinking, especially in the places that we live and, like, in this country, you don't get to see the people, like, especially ones that you grew up with because you decided to make that type of change.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely mind-baffling. But then that's then where it's so important where you then have to go and find your new circle.
Yeah.
And people that you can then start to have them relationships with and that social time with. Because if you don't, then it's going to be sat in the garden, isn't it? While the sun's out on your thoughts.
And that's when, as you say, you probably might get them thoughts coming in, mightn't you? Like.
What do you find is the most important thing for you to keep yourself going?
As I said to you before, the gym.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I've got me little lads. Got a little lad. He's 9, and my partner, like, we're always busy with him. He's football mad, so like, just constantly busy with me lads. Do you know what I mean? But then, apart from that, go to the gym. Had a madly hour, to be honest. Get up at 5, like.
5 to go.
half 5 class, like, in the morning.
I tried to do half. I think I was doing it for about a week.
Yeah.
I can't do the mornings. I can't.
Well, I'm up early for work anyway, aren't I? So it's getting up an hour earlier and it sets me up for the day, but it's been a massive part of me. Like.
So what is it that you do then in the gym?
Just boxing size classes, really.
Yeah.
It's all like a circuit. Do you know what I mean? Go to Jerry Matthews.
Yeah.
His gym, by town in Holy Cross. Go to his and that type of gym where it's a boss like environment. Do you know what I mean? Everyone pushing you on. Because I've never really I've always tried, you know, your normal gyms. I just walk in and just walk around, go, what can I do here? So I have to go to these classes because everyone pushing you, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you ever done have you heard of Shred Fast?
Yeah.
That's massive now, isn't it?
Yeah, Shred Fast, yeah. It's round the corner from the gym, yeah. He's doing good things there, isn't he?
Yeah, I done it 2-3 weeks ago because we had, Shred Fast, as everyone knows him, Luke Powell. We had his auntie on, Helen, a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so she ended up persuading us to be able to go down. And oh my God, it's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Yeah. Doing kettlebell work, but the room that you're in as well, it's 40 degrees.
Oh, is it a hot room as well?
Yeah. Oh, but it just made me laugh for one in there. Everyone who was in there was either a really good nick, or you had a couple of beginners as well, like myself. You've seen all these lads off, with the tops off and all, they're all in cracking shape. And a lad who next to me, Jay, he took his top off. He's been doing it for a while. I'm sweating because I'm keeping my top on. I'm having my belly out here. Yeah. Sweating. Top was clinging to me. I tried to take it off because I was that sweaty. That when you get so far up and your top doesn't want to come. It's like that. My belly's just going like that everywhere. So that's why I go to normal gyms, because it's not as hard.
Yeah. Nah, it is. We do extra class in the gym as well, which is with Adam, one of the lads. He's got his own kettlebell class, and it's a hard class.
Yeah, it's
say you just stood sort of in the one position. I tell you what, it's hard.
I don't understand why it's so hard. I don't get it. You can lift heavier weights than that. It doesn't feel as hard as well. But I'm there with the 10 kg kettlebells, pushing them up, going. Absolutely
just
dying.
wanted to stop.
Yeah, it's horrible. But I got a question. Both of you. Do you know what the natural antidepressants are in the world? Because we were talking about it before and I wanted to say it, but we carried on talking. We're bringing it back.
Movement,
okay. So exercise, yeah. Food, yes. Proper.
The right healthy and
the right foods, yeah. Yeah, none of Mackey's.
Kip.
Sleep. Yeah, he's read this somewhere, hasn't he? Yeah.
It's on the wall behind you.
Oh, is it?
No.
Oh. Anything else?
Watching Liverpool.
But sometimes watching them is sometimes hard work.
Food, sleep, exercise, relationships.
No. Sunlight.
So yeah.
Sunlight is one of the biggest happy drugs for us in a sense, because obviously when the sun's out you just feel better, don't you?
Yeah.
The weather's bosh.
Everyone seems in a better mood and all that.
Yeah, but it's actually one of the natural antidepressants for us. And obviously the country that we live in, it's shite sometimes.
Don't get much of it,
no, we don't get much of it at all whatsoever.
But that goes hand in hand with people who are depressed. They don't go out. So to me, one of the natural medicines, they're not getting out straight away because the depression keeps you indoors.
That's right. That's right. People say go for a walk around the park or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Being in nature as well is another one, isn't it? Because that's a big thing, isn't it? With kids nowadays coming up, obviously it's good today that your lad's footy crazy, so he's obviously always wanting to be out. But a lot of kids nowadays just want to sit in the rooms, don't they? Play the games, sit on the phone, watch telly, or whatever. And it's
that type of obviously when we were growing up, we didn't have any of that, and we had the best childhood ever. But obviously now, it's a lot more technology, isn't it? And as you say, kids, iPads, PlayStations, and
but that goes hand in hand then, doesn't it? Delivery, fast food, and all the negatives.
Yeah, I could bring this up in every podcast we do, but it's just convenient, isn't it?
Yeah, in many ways, it's become a bit of a lazy world now.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly.
You can do literally everything on your phone, can't you?
You got the world in your pocket, and you literally got the world,
and it just comes to your house.
Yeah. And I think it's like that when people say they smoke weed and they have the munchies. I've never played video games, but I think it can be the same thing where you need that quick fix of fatty food as you're excited about doing something. And it just compounds the problem. Because the facts are nowadays we're seeing, as you said there, your lads playing footy. There's too many kids who don't get outside the door, and you're seeing kids who go to school, they've got bellies of 40-year-old men.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, how have
they got to that? Yeah.
And where are you going to be in 20 years time?
Yeah.
It's scary.
It is scary. Yeah.
There's one thing that makes me no one, whoever's listening to this, no one take this the weird way. But like when I'm driving, so sometimes when I'm coming up here, by Chilwell Valley, is it going towards Belvale, where you've got like the footy pitches?
The bridges, yeah.
Yeah, so no way do you have the footy there. Like sometimes I'll be driving there like on a Saturday or Sunday morning. I get so happy when I see like the footy games.
Yeah.
Like I'll be driving, like keeping me on the road, I can't, but like just trying to watch it because I think I miss playing footy, but I don't see it enough.
Yeah.
Like there's a few months ago, I drove past Shankly Fields in West Derby, and it was chocker. And I was thought to myself, I thought that was completely shut down because that's where I grew up playing footy.
Yeah.
I don't see anything in Maiden Lane anymore. Maiden Lane dead now, or?
I think they are still playing on there.
Yeah. But it's like that, isn't it? There's need more of it.
Yeah.
Like,
you do.
Yeah, getting your kids out and being able to.
Even that's why it's sad. So many of these youth clubs have closed down.
Yeah.
Because that's where everyone wasn't it really? Like that was your safe haven, wasn't it? And I spent me childhood in youth clubs and that, and they've closed a lot of them, haven't they? And this is where like you do get the kids knocking about on the streets and up to no good and stuff.
Yeah, because when I was in secondary school, where we went to was you're onto the Central Youth Club, Senny.
In Kenny,
yeah, that's where I went every Monday. We used to always organise footy, we used to always go there, and even that was great. And there was 3 people that worked there, and their job was to walk around the streets and tell the kids about the youth club, and then try and get them to come down. And like we became like good, not mates with them, but we all built like a really good relationship with them. And there were times where like we would all be in the park on like a Friday night or something. There's like whatever we'd do after school, and you'd see them all walking down, and you'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Well, they wouldn't swear, but like, "What are you doing here? come on, have a game of footy." Yeah, obviously, everyone was wanting to have a bevy and that.
Yeah.
I weren't bevying, don't worry. yeah.
Blew yourself up there.
I know. No, I was actually good. I didn't start bevying until I was 18, until my 18th birthday. I was good with that. Good. Because I was terrified of my man.
Not his dad.
No, he was the sad one.
I'm terrified of you, man.
Yeah, I know, yeah. But I think that's where a lot of we're going to see like a mental health crisis in the future with these kids that are coming up. Like, obviously, it can be passed down. It's like what you said, like I'm running your family, but I feel like we're going to start getting more man-made depression now for kids. Like with all these social
media and like Instagram, we all do it. We all sit there and flick, and it creates an anxiety in you.
Yeah,
that's why they say the phones are designed for you to keep hold of.
Yeah,
like that.
100%.
Yeah, and like you said, it's also like you've done a lot of football, like the way through, didn't you? Your school years and that. But it's not just the football; it's the social side of it.
Yeah,
it's the learning that you don't always win. You don't always get a fair result off a referee.
Yeah.
And it's all that comes in, but you're sitting in your room all day. You're not learning those things.
Yeah, so if I'm getting beat on FIFA, I can just restart the game and crack on. But in a real game, you're not getting game.
That. You can't press pause and go back or anything, can you?
I know. I hated them refs anyway, little bastards. Yeah, but that's what it is. And obviously, suicide has always been a thing. But I feel we're going to start seeing it more and more as time goes on. Because I feel like a lot of the kids that are growing up and a lot of younger parents that are happening nowadays, the way relationships are, I feel like stuff like that's going to creep up more and more and more.
Yeah.
So
sad.
Yeah, because obviously you said before, like you've worked with the Jade Roberts project.
Yeah. And
you've done like the training and that there. What's it been like for you working there, like doing the voluntary work and that?
Well, as I say, it was after I'd finished my recovery, I guess. I said to you before, you just get this like natural like empathy. You just want to help people, as I say. So I thought I want to do something next. So it was when I was working down in Tubrook. It was weird. Tracy, the project, it just caught my eye, and I seen something on it because before that I'd actually thought I might do something along the lines of like suicide and what I've been through in my life. So I seen the project, so it was fate. It was definitely fate for me to meet Tracy that day. And I went over and we just shared our story. She told me about her daughter, I told her about my mum and that, and we had a little cry and a little hug, and she said, "Will you become a volunteer?" And I went, "Yeah, it's you right." So since then I've done numerous trainings with her and raised like a lot of money for the project to doing my own fundraising. One of them was a boxed on Terry's show, which I'll tell you about. Got stitched up, by the way. Bastards. So anyway, you know, my good mate Jazza Dickens, professional boxer. So I just thought I was training to fight on this show for charity. Terry was telling me to get in the gym with the boxers, the amateur boxers, just to learn obviously how to do his stances and all that, things like that. So I'm getting in all along, weeks on end. He had me on, didn't he? So I just thought I was fighting someone normal. So the big night come, infusion in town.
Yeah.
People from work come, people from the recovery came, family and everyone. And people in the room, everyone knew, apart from me. And me girl, she didn't know either. Thought I was fighting, like as you say. So they brought me in the changing rooms, made me go head to head with this lad, made it all seem real. In the end, it was my fight. It didn't come on till last. Actually, I was standing there for ages. Actually, when I friggin' Peter Gabriel, Soul's Beal, and I know it's Jazz's song that he comes out to. So I thought, oh, you fucking bastard. He fucking only set me up, didn't he? He was fighting Jazza. But brilliant. Boss night, and raised about £1,500.
Nice.
And it's a good job I was fighting Jazza, because I probably would have got fucked anyway. Devo. Yeah.
Did you lose the fight?
No, well,
Well,
probably did, but he gave me the win, didn't he?
Ah.
But, obviously, because of what it was for. But yeah, it was great. It was a great night, and I just appreciated everyone being there. And Tracy came with her husband and the lads Jack and that, and it was just a big relief as well, because like at the pictures, you know, I got myself in, and felt better mentally and all that. And as I say, it was for people who'd been through what I'd been through that night. That's who I dedicated for anyway. People who'd been through suicide and the family and stuff.
how far do you think you could go with like the voluntary work, and I put down quotation marks, but you were talking before that maybe you would like to do that actually properly in the future, wouldn't you? Like, it's something that it's piqued your interest.
Yeah.
You've thought about. It's like, I know we said before, it's a steady job, but what's stopping you from going to the next step? Even that next step's only a tiny step to going to help others, and obviously what you've gone through. It's there for you in terms of passion.
No, I do want to, but at the minute I'm just in like a steady job, been there like 23 years, so it's obviously it's paying me bills at the minute, but you know, I'm still sort of earlier on in my recovery, so I've still got like loads of time, if you know what I mean, but it's a career that I want to like hopefully go into.
Would you advise anyone else to go into something like that, like what you're doing at the minute with the voluntary, like that type of work, whether it could be someone that's dealing with maybe a potential suicide, dealing with someone that's going through drink or drug addictions? Do you think we need more of them people? Or do you think there's enough?
You're too right, yeah, we do. As I say, the project it's in down in Tuebrook, it's like massively deprived area really, so there's a lot of people struggling in that area, and Tracy's done hundreds of like suicide interventions, so there's like they do need a lot more people, but it's also, it helps you, if you know what I mean, if you have been through similar situations, to know that you've helping other people.
Yeah, because like you were saying before that you'd done the assist training, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was it like? What does the assist training like include? What you learn?
Don't get me wrong. When I done that, it weren't pretty, because it brought a lot of things like back. Do you know what I mean? You had to do a few like role plays in there, which wasn't nice to see. But I know my mum would be proud of me. Do you know what I mean? Me doing something like that.
Yeah.
It's basically just obviously people who are feeling suicidal.
Yeah.
And if they are thinking about taking their own life, it's about working with them and turning that round and getting them the help. And when you do an assist on someone, which I actually did that too not long ago with a person that I don't really want to mention, like, you know, you get this like wave of like gratitude type of thing, is, you know, you've potentially helped someone from taking their own life, and it felt good. It did. Felt good.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say, literally before you've added, that actually make you feel then? Like, that, like how your outlook and everything was towards things?
Yeah, no, it did. It felt good. And now, the person I'm talking about, I see him now.
Yeah.
And he's dead bubbly and thingy and that. And sometimes I don't even take time to even sit back and reflect on what I did the other week. I thought to myself, wow, look at the lad now, to the way he was. You helped him there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you haven't just helped him, have you? You've helped his family, his friends, everyone who's close to him.
Yeah, well,
if he would have went and done something and took his own life,
yeah,
the impact, it's a ripple effect, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
And you're still feeling them ripple effects after decades later on.
Yeah. It's all that, that you don't even really think of, but yeah, you probably have. You've saved someone from losing the son, haven't you, really? And, yeah.
And that's what it is.
Or a father or brother.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, it's amazing what people think when you get to that stage, the worthless type of thing, don't they? We've talked about burdens, then we get a burden and stuff. Like you say, people don't realise just how much of an impact they have on who's left. And it's a big thing, it really is. And if you can intervene, say she talks about the invites, doesn't she? When they invite you in by words that they've said, stuff like that. And if you can intervene and change that, like you said, that the person's become a bubbly person. It's not just him, it's affected his family, he's become a nicer person to the family, to the friends and everyone.
Yeah.
It's a totally different character. That comes down to what you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the other volunteers within that world.
Yeah.
Do you ever sit back and think about it like that?
Because
we always want to be like humble, don't we, or something like that. We don't want to be like, oh, I've done this, I've done that.
Yeah, no, that's it. You don't want to, like, as you say, blow fucking smoke up your own ass or whatever, like, but it's nice sometimes as yourself to sit there and, like, you know, give yourself a pat on the back and show, you know, you've helped save someone's life there. You know.
Yeah. Do you think that everyone in the world needs a type of education on that? Like a type, like, it might not to be the extent of like what the assist is or like the type of things, but I've like an idea of how to deal with them situations, because everyone can be turning to someone like a close friend or a family member, and there'll probably be times where someone doesn't know how to deal with it, and that might be like their only safe person to turn to.
Yeah, I think this day and age especially, it should. You know, suicide, it's a bit of a taboo, and it's something that people like very rarely talk about. So I think it's, as you say, this day and age, the way it is, the world now, you know, hearing more and more about it. So I do think people should be learned, even if it was like go as far as if like schools and that.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a lot of pressure on the kids in school these days as well, isn't it?
Yeah, the massive pressure.
Yeah.
I think it's also that, like you say, the biggest fix is talking, isn't it? That's the simplest and the biggest fix, be able to talk. But as you were saying before about kids coming through now, where they're spending more time in the bedroom, away from social circles, and that the ability to talk and communicate, and trust someone to go that deep with it, to let them into your inner self. That we all mask it. Like we see you every day, type of thing, delivering parcels.
Yeah.
All right, mate. And you're happy-go-lucky. Geez, lads, at our wave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But behind the mask, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and like I said, the ability to talk. Because I think when I first spoke to Tracy, she said she was shocked how many women came in.
Yeah.
But we have a perception women talk and men don't. But she was inundated with women coming in, girls coming in.
That's right. I think, as you said before, when you're talking about when you're on the bus and you strike up a relationship with someone, and everyone you meet, everyone you see, you just say hi to them. They've all got a story, haven't they?
Yeah.
You don't know what people have been through in their lives. But as you say, some people keep it all in, and like I did myself for many years. But when you actually come out and talk about it, you know, it helps. It does.
Mm.
More,
Say, with both of you two obviously being parents, why do you think there's more pressure on kids nowadays than probably what there was back then?
it's like probably the social media side, what we were talking about before. Like, don't get me wrong, it can be brilliant, kind of, for some things, but it can also be bad as well, because these kids are, especially say like girls, they're looking at these young models and stuff like that, and they want to be like them, don't they?
Mm.
They think, I've got to look like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's all stuff like that, isn't it?
And as I said previously on the podcast, social media is your best, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it's the highlights of your lives
like
that you put out.
Helen said from Steadfast, she's had girls message her, and when they turn up, they go, "That's not it," because what she sees on the phone, on Instagram, is not that person, because it's all filters, and like you said, it's also that thing. Like, I think nowadays, the likes of bullying. When we were younger, bullying happened when you were in school. Now bullying's a 24/7 thing, because everyone's got access to everyone, no matter what. And it's also the number of exams that kids have to do. I remember when you were 11, and you were still in a primary school, or 10, whatever it was. The number of how much homework you were getting and stuff like that. You're like, what's going on here? It was like proper burnout. And I think there's more pressure on kids nowadays. And I think there's less control on them, because when you talk to parents who've got kids in school, even some of the kids, they feel sorry for the teachers, because the teachers get a dog's life off the kids, which creates more pressure, because you end up with more bullies and more issues, don't you?
So do you reckon that's what it could be? Then we've got less control over kids nowadays. That it's putting the pressures, like, to their lives, like maybe in school and something like that.
I think a lot of kids don't have boundaries.
Yeah.
And they don't know what the boundary is, and when they get a boundary, they don't like it. But obviously, you face with boundaries every day, aren't you? Especially in the adult life, but you've got to be in time for work or whatever else. You've got to turn up, do your job. If you don't, that's it. But they're all boundaries, restrictions in your life. I think we have lost a lot of, we've gone too far in the other direction to have kids disciplined in school and stuff like that. I think that's creating a problem. But like I say, social media, games, everything. Kids who are overweight. There's a million and one things now that are just negative nowadays. Yeah,
because there was a kid in my school the other day, and apparently his mum said to him, he fucking moans all the time. I like the kid, I can have a great conversation with him. But no, you just come across someone, all they do is complain. Yeah. And then everyone knows them as the moaner. Oh my God, it's so funny, but oh my, he burns your head out. But apparently his ma said to him the other day, just go into school, have a chill day, don't do nothing. You know, if you want to kind of like, you know, saint or whatever, just say, oh, my mum said I can have a chill day. Now, like, I don't remember you ever saying that to me. Yeah. School. It was always go in, work your ass off, do your best, and then come home.
We were always told to go into school, listen to what the teacher says or whatever, and do your work or whatever. We wasn't told to go in and just don't do nothing today, mate. So if you go to school, you got to listen to the teacher. You haven't got to listen to your mum or your dad, have you?
Yeah. It's like, I'll be in the school and I'm in. The amount of times I've heard the word pedo, nonce, fuck off, I hate you, I'm going to kill you, chop your head off, pedo, another nonce, another pedo. It's just like, but there's nothing, like, at all. You have to just go.
Yeah. But then, as you say, that could be down to maybe, as we were talking about before, the internet again. What are they watching? Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so there's some horrible stuff on the internet. There's even things that on there and I go, that's rough, that. And then kids will walk in and they'll be like, oh, have you saw this? You go, oh, you're horrible.
It's like knife crime, isn't it? Where there's all things about like knives down, gloves up and all that. And probably Daddy Matthews and stuff like that. Yeah. But you go, with battling this fight against kids with knives, but then you watch any film and a knife is glamorised, isn't it? Someone picks a knife up and just moves it and you hear whoosh, 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 whoosh. It's glamorised constantly. Yeah. So kids think it's cool to carry a knife. Cool, yeah. And you're battling against it constantly.
Scary, yeah.
Never really looked at it like that, actually. What boundaries did you put on me growing up? But I feel like I've turned out half all right.
Quarter. being in on time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, people you knocked about with. Your mother was very good. She has a character of, don't like that lad. Don't like him. 99 times out of 100, she was right. And they were the basics, yeah. Be polite to people. Go to school. They've just the basics. Yeah. And be respectful. No, being respectful is a big one.
Yeah.
Like you said, the things that you just named there, they're all from kids who aren't respectful. Obviously, you work in a special needs school, but them same phrases will be in St. Francis, in the North Academy. They'll be getting said in every single school.
Good. I don't know. A lot of people say, don't they? It's how they're brought up and that, innit? But put it down to numerous things, really, couldn't you?
But what type of boundaries do you have with your lad? I don't know. Are you strict or you're lenient?
Well, my lad's he's funny. Like, you can't even like talk to him without him saying, "Stop shouting at me," and all that. You can't even. But you're not. You're just giving him positive criticism. You know what I mean? But it's the same as probably when I was like, don't be swearing and stuff like that, and be good. He's only 9, so he doesn't go far anyway. Do you know what I mean? He's only outside the front door or in the garden and that. But I don't know. I think when you have your own kids, you just want them to be brought up the way you was brought up, really, don't you? Have morals, a bit of respect and all
that. Sorry, I've had a brain fart. My brain stuff for a minute. But I don't really know what else to actually ask you, Steve. Is there anything that we haven't brought up so far? Or is there anything that you do want to bring up?
Nah, it's switched on. What I wanted to say, really.
Yeah, because I don't want to like push too much about obviously your past and all that, because I can see that it got you a bit welled up, and obviously you've probably spoke about it a few times before.
Just basically just wants to say, really, whatever trauma people might have been through in their life, you can recover from it.
Do you reckon even if it's like the lowest of the low, you can still get out of it?
I don't know, really, because some people don't do they?
Yeah.
Some people can't see a way out of that.
Or do you reckon that then just depends on what the lowest of the low is to that person? Because like a small issue to you could be a massive issue to someone else.
Yeah.
So do you think it's just what your low of low is? Depends on if you can get out of it or not. Because I feel like what you went through, and like at the early age, you've also gone to recovery, the social life that you went through, and now to where you are, you've definitely come out of it.
Yeah. I'd say I have, but also, like you were saying then, there's always people worse off, isn't there? Like, there probably is people out there who've been through worse than what I've been through. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But you can recover if you really want to.
Yeah.
I think it's very much an individual thing, isn't it? Because you think when you're low, obviously you're thinking you're all by yourself, but people can have very good family support, very good social support. Many people there to help them, but they don't call upon it, and they end up taking their own life type of thing. And there's other people who will get very low, have no support, but be able to come back from it themselves. It is an individual thing, and it really is.
It's a tough one, really. Like depression, it's horrible. It's a horrible thing because, like, although I had like me partner and me lads who like been like me rock, really. My partner, like I put them through hell sometimes. With constant worry about like drinking and stuff like that, but. It's just, although I had them around me and my family, it was like it was me on my own, you know what I mean? It was them and me, but that's just how depression gets you.
Do you feel like it felt like it was just you because you are a man? So the way I always look at it is, we're known as natural fixers as men. We want to fix the problem. Like, I always use my dad as a prime example. He never wants anyone to build something. He's got to do it himself. He will never accept the help whatsoever. And obviously a lot of men would be like that. No, I'm doing this. Why? Because I'm a fucking man. I've got to do this.
Yeah.
So then when it comes to Need the best. Yeah. Yeah. So then when it comes to like the man part, you threw me off there. It's fine. I'll just edit this part. So when it comes to us being a man, I fucking threw me off so badly. Let's try that again. When it comes to us actually like being a man and we want to be able to fix problems, we normally can't fix it. But when it comes to our mental health and it comes to depression, we seem to want to be able to address these issues by ourselves.
Yeah.
And if we can't seem to fix it, we can't seem to think there's a way out. And then that's where then a down spiral is. Do you think that might have been where you come from as well?
That's what they say, don't they? And men, like, you know, men shouldn't cry and all that, isn't it? These men should be tough, this and that. But that's where it's what should we say? It's dangerous as well, because if you're trying to deal with all that yourself, and then next minute you haven't spoke to anyone, and you know, next minute you get them bad thoughts and just spare of the moment thing, bang. You know what I mean? So men, they do need to like speak up, speak out.
It's mad, isn't it? Like how we're told that men shouldn't cry, men shouldn't do this, men shouldn't do that. But really, it's probably an extent where we feel that more from time to time than like what a woman would feel. Obviously, women are a lot more open about it, aren't they? And like we've probably put that stigma onto women, like we were saying before, that women do talk. Yeah. But where Tracy was saying she was surprised how many women was coming in. Yeah. But it is hard. Like, and it's not like to everyone give us the attention and all that because we're men and we need this. But it can be hard to be a man because you do want to be able to fix them things. And if you can't seem to fix yourself and you can't seem to find them answers, then you're like, where do I go? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, what do I do? And then that's obviously where maybe our pride or our ego needs to maybe take a step aside for once. Yeah. And allow someone else to come in and tell us. That's right. So yeah. The biggest thing is it's asking for that help, innit? Yeah. It is. The biggest thing. Yeah. But you know, once you ask for that help, you know, it gets easier. Like. Yeah, and I think probably the number one thing is what you said before, wasn't it? You need to be willing to do it and want to be helped. Yeah. Like I remember we had the fella on here, Ted, one of the first episodes. He said you've got to be there with open arms to accept the help, otherwise it's not going to happen for you. You can say all these things, like I want this, I want that, but if you're not actually willing to open up and accept whatever's coming in your way, then it's pointless. Yeah. Because it's not going to work. No. Yeah, you're just going to go in half-assed, like not really open-minded to it. No. And your problems are still going to be there. Yeah. Definitely, yeah. Definitely.
I think it's also down to, like, it's not so, I don't think so much nowadays, but it was like that whole thing of boys don't cry, men don't cry.
Right, I'm saying that.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Yeah. And it was, and I was talking to someone the other day and said, imagine if someone turned around to, like, your lad and went, boys don't laugh. You're taking emotion away from someone, and that's what we're doing. And we've done it for centuries, and now we're hopefully moving away that men do have emotions, men can cry, and it's just as you were saying before about your Coke bottle. Yeah, I remember a colleague in work, and his wife was in hospital. His son's got special needs. He's a manager, and he said, "Andy, my head's burnt out," and I said, "Go find the corner, have a cry, and within 2 or 3 minutes, you go, you dickhead, pull yourself together." But you've released it.
Yes.
That's a big one.
Do you reckon that's why them men are more angry than what women are? Because women are able to release that emotion.
I wouldn't say that.
That's a whole different one. Okay. Men. Okay, let's rephrase it. Do you reckon that's why men show more anger emotion than a crying or sadness emotion? Because we can't cry, so how do we release that? We release it through anger, and then that's when we're labelled as like angry men or whatever kind of thing, like, you know, cavemen.
It could be that you don't know how to deal with your emotions because you've kept it. If you're being brought up in a household where you don't cry, you don't do that. It's how do you release that emotion? Yeah. You don't, and as you get older, and like freaking hell.
I think everyone's got their own way of dealing with things, haven't they? And bringing things out, but I think if you are a bit of an angry person, then obviously there's probably other issues, isn't there? But maybe they're not speaking about, but they need to.
But how do you deal with like your emotions now?
Well, to be honest with you, not long ago I was like speaking to me family and that, and I was saying I was feeling a bit guilty, and they were like, "Why?" I was going, because I'm talking about my mum and I'm not getting upset. I used to always, every time I mentioned my mum, I'd just cry my eyes out. But now, like, I thought it was going to be worse on this, you know what I mean? And I've held it together, and it's weird. I don't know, like, I don't know if it's because of where I am at my stage in my life. And I know she'll probably be happy that I'm not getting upset. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I just at a stage where I was feeling guilty that I was talking about not getting upset.
Yeah.
But in a way, you know, it's a good thing, isn't it?
I think that comes down to the more you talk about it, isn't it? Because when you're not talking, you keep it pressed down. Like I used to really get upset about my very first memory, which I'll go into on the podcast when I come on, and I'd cry. Even like 40 odd years of age, I'd cry about it. But the more I thought about it, and when I started talking about it all that sadness went.
Yeah.
I could, and as you mentioned before, Ted, he talks about he was in the fire service for like 30 years. He talks about he now copes. He's got coping mechanisms, so he can recall things, chat about them, but not have nightmares about them.
Yeah.
And it's the more you talk, the more it becomes easier for you. It doesn't mean you forget the people and you don't feel the sadness or loss, but you can deal with your day-to-day stuff then.
I do feel like I'm coping with it a lot better now these days.
Yeah, which is a big thing. But what I was going to say before, when you said like you don't cry, do you reckon you're now at peace with it? Like everything that you've gone through, maybe you can understand that it's never going to change and all that.
Yeah.
You have to move forward. You've got a lad there, you've got a partner there, your life's going good, you're feeling better than yourself. It's like, no, I can speak about it. It's happened, but right now I'm in a good place.
Yeah, I think like you know, I'm never gonna accept it, never. Yeah. Like just never. But like probably come to the terms of where I've had to like go, right, you know, gotta get on with my life now. As bad as it is, you know. Life goes on, doesn't it?
It does.
And as you say, I've got my little boy who wouldn't want to see me like that, would he? All the time, and that, or my family, partner and that. Yeah, so it's that really.
Did you ever find out why? Was there ever a reason behind it?
This is the thing, really. You know, I think this is why I've been as bad as I've been over the years. Just got so many unanswered questions, haven't I? And used to always batter my head if I'd had me lads when I was that age, would have kept it here and this and that. Just that's where all the torment in my head was. But as I say, you know, although my mum's brother had done the same thing, I didn't think my mum would, but it's just the depression, isn't it? It's just it's a horrible thing, and I think if I hadn't got the help, I might have gone down that route myself.
Yeah. Because it could be that your mum never got over a brother, couldn't it, type of thing. But I think it's one of them as well. So no matter when you lose someone close, you always have a guilt, don't you? Could have done more, could have done this, could have done that. No matter what, no matter how brilliant you've been. Like I've got a very good friend who just recently lost a father and done everything for him. He's absolutely worshipped the ground as he walked on. Beat himself up every single day.
It's the worst thing you can do.
Because the loss.
It's hard, isn't it, like to deal with stuff like that. And like I'm blessed. Well, obviously, I've never had to really encounter anything like that before. The people that we've spoken to on here, and like you can hear it like in the voice still to this day, like the pain that they go through, and it's probably the hardest thing you could ever go through, isn't it? Like I can only imagine that. But I'm looking at you now. seem in a pretty good,
Yeah.
a good way, good nick.
In a good place, mate. Yeah.
Punching heads in fusion.
Well, I don't know about that. Like,
Yeah.
got me head punched in.
But do you reckon everything's now kind of going the way that you want it to?
Yeah, as I said to you before, you know, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Been down for so long. So I'm just loving the way I am at the minute.
Yeah. Which is good, and that's like one of the main things as well. And obviously, if you continue like that, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but then that just pass on to yours naturally, I think. And then because you'll just see the way that you are.
Yeah.
And obviously, every lad wants to be like the dad.
Yeah. Stephen Wright, he's like me. He's my best mate, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He is, yeah. He is his boss.
Mm-hmm. Well, lad, I think you've got good things coming up as well, haven't you? Like a lot of stuff to look forward to. And use anything that's been in the past, use that pain, lad, to do good in the world.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks very much.
Hopefully more people hear Stephen Wright in the future.
Thanks, Lou.
But do you have any questions, Dad?
Just thinking, because Steve's a postman, we could give him the calling cards we've made, and he could push them through everyone's door.
I will, but don't tell where.
Instead of the pizza things that he pushes through.
But no questions?
No, not at all.
No. Do you have anything you want to ask us?
No, just, you know, thanks for letting me come on and, you know, speak about this, and hopefully, like, it'll help people, like, speak out.
No, hopefully, lad. It was a powerful one.
Yeah.
A powerful one today, and I think someone might be able to resonate with this, even if they just take a snippet of it.
Yeah, that was my aim, really. Yeah, that was my aim, yeah.
But thanks for coming on today, Steve, lads, and I really, really enjoyed this one.
Thanks, Lou.
Go on. Press both buttons. The one underneath. Yeah. Good luck.
Glasses on.
Yeah. So yeah, that was Steve's episode, and I'm happy that he came down. I really, really am. The message that he shared was really, really powerful, and the way that he is, the way that he speaks nowadays, it's brilliant. It really is brilliant. He's done such good work for himself, and not only for himself, he's done good work for others around him. He's been able to transform his own life and do good for himself, but then that good, it just has that ripple effect onto everyone else, and you can see it. And even when we finished before and he was just leaving, he was saying like he's happy, he's bouncing into work again, he feels good within himself, and that's the main factor, is feeling good in yourself. So I hope that you did enjoy this podcast today. I hope that if you know someone that can resonate with this podcast, please send it on to them, because you never know, it could be a thing that really helps someone to get their life back on the track that they need it to be. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and goodbye for now.